they ended my life. I mean, they did end the live, but it didn't say try again or end stream. I would click into, I double clicked it like I clicked too fast. So instead of me talking about try again, I clicked it and it hit end stream. So YouTube did stop the live, but I ended it because you know how normally I can get off and then come back on. I accidentally hit the end button, so don't think that they ended the live. I hit it because it'd be two buttons that say try again and end stream, and I click end stream. Okay, so no, that wasn't them. They did stop the live, but I ended it. Okay, but this is why this is going down. God Almighty told me, "How the fuck you a prophet?" God Almighty said, "Name up," because God Almighty said, "I'm gonna do you one even better." This is God Almighty, y'all. God Almighty said, "How you a prophet and you still work for man? How are you working for me, but you work for man?" God Almighty said, "How can you work for me and man? How can you work?" God Almighty said, "How was you working for man and you a prophet? How was you working for man?" Y'all know that dude that walked around and he was like, "Hey, don't give me no money." Do y'all think he had a job? No, the fuck he didn't. The prophets are homeless. They don't got no job. So why? How is you a prophet and you working for man? Don't she got a job, a physical job? And that's why she be tired. And she pour more into a job into the tarot. Because if she tired, she'll tell y'all, well, I'm not going to upload no message. So you going to put God Almighty on the background. You put God Almighty. Look, God Almighty, y'all, listen, I'm telling you, God Almighty going to fuck her up out of everybody I done ever spoke on, even down to the fake elite. I'm telling you, she going to get it the worst. Y'all have never seen God Almighty be on somebody ass like this through me. Y'all, listen. God Almighty said, how the fuck can you work for me and work for man? God Almighty said, Brit, what you say? Either you on God Almighty's side or you on the devil's side. God Almighty said, why would I choose you to be a prophet, but you working for man? God Almighty said, why would I choose you to be a prophet and you pushing Jesus? God Almighty, hold up. Damn. I'm sitting here telling you, y'all. Y'all, look at my, ooh. Hold up. God Almighty said, how are you a prophet? God Almighty said, y'all look into the world. The ones that's been walking around, that's been going on TikTok and all that viral with no tarot cards. How are you a prophet? Yeah, I got it, Stacks. Thank you, baby, for that. How are you a prophet, though? And you work for man? That's crazy. Like she told y'all she was all this shit, psychic medium, but you working for man. When God Almighty give you gifts, you use your gifts to make your coins. So you don't got faith either. God Almighty said, go back to what the fuck I said. I was trying to let the energy cool. God Almighty. Why you pinch me for? Why is you y'all? I'm telling y'all, I'm getting chills on my body from this pinch, y'all, because they about to activate. Because I said, why would you pinch me? It didn't hurt y'all. God Almighty just said, get y'all. I'm saying, tell y'all, she is in trouble. She is in motherfucking trouble. This bitch is in goddamn trouble. This bitch is in trouble. She said that she got her messages from God Almighty. Yes, she did. She said she was a psychic medium. Boy, she about to have all these damn, like, she not gonna get no sleep. God Almighty said, if you was a prophet, bitch, you would never get tired. God Almighty said, and this is how you gonna get caught, because I specifically knew that you were gonna copy Brittany. That's why I had Brittany be tired as fuck one day at work, and then I gave her the strength. Why wouldn't I give you the strength? God Almighty said, you going to put me on the back burner because you're tired from your man job. God Almighty said, I don't work like that. God Almighty said, on the, people don't put me on the back burner. You feel me? God Almighty said, you put God Almighty, I'm talking third person. God Almighty said, you put God Almighty on the back burner. When God Almighty, you said, listen, this what she said. She said she was a prophet. She said this. Nobody forced her to. She said she was a prophet. I've never in the history of niggerdom, you ain't even seen Moses. I don't feel like doing it. I'm tired. So you mean to tell me you work for man, but you a prophet? That's the first sign to show you a fraud. You ain't got no gifts. God Almighty don't put people, spiritual people, in head lead positions that's still doing man shit. So you put God Almighty on the back burner because you went to go work for man. When you become high vibe, you pull away from being a slave, meaning working a 9 to 5, and you tap into the gift that God Almighty poured into you. That's how you make your money. I'm not making this up. I've been teaching y'all this since day one. So you go to work for man, then they make you tired, and then you cannot put out messages that God Almighty got for people. You tell them, oh, I'm tired, or I'm doing this. But you a prophet. You're not a prophet, baby, because a prophet knows that you cannot do this. You will never become a prophet. Because what have I told y'all? My job is to what? Put the message out. Rain, sleet, snow, or hail, it don't matter. Put the message out. So y'all are believing that this bitch come from God Almighty, that God Almighty gave her a gift. And so why, if she said she did, so why didn't God Almighty give her strength? When y'all be tired and y'all don't, God Almighty come through and give you strength. So why didn't God Almighty give her strength to put those messages out? Because God Almighty said, bitch, I knew that you was going to copy Britney. That's why when she was in Tennessee, I had her work at 18. Cause I kept saying, why the fuck would you put me here knowing that the person was not going? And you know what? That was like 2 years ago. Didn't I tell you I don't give a fuck how long it take? God Almighty word don't go back. Don't come back void. It's always valid. That was 2 years ago. My reliever didn't come to like 1 o'clock. Notice, mind you, I went to work the day before at 6 p.m. So it's a new day, and it's 1 o'clock on a new day. So I've been there since 6 p.m. the other day. I wasn't tired like fatigue. I was tired like sleepy. The body was telling me, go rest. God Almighty put an energy on me. Because I had to put a message out. Who would have thought that this was the main reason why you doing all this? Because I know God Almighty see everything. So she can't say, well, I was tired. Well, it's been shown facts years ago. Well, why is God Almighty giving all God Almighty chosen people strength except for you then? So you mean tell me you went to go work for, well, for one, you're in the wrong. You're working for man. I wasn't working for man. I had a purpose to go into that prison. Where you working at is not a purpose. It's not a gift. It's not nothing. It has no parts of the divine. That's a physical job that you wanted to work at. God Almighty didn't put you there. You put yourself there. So you went to go work for man, and you put God Almighty on the back burner. You said that you was a prophet. So what you're saying is you took a message and you put it on a back burner because you were tired. So this is another reason why you're getting your ass whooped, even if you're not real, because you're not. Because she didn't really have a message for somebody, but you get charged as if, because you said you was a prophet. So if you had a message, so God, this is how God Almighty treat them. Well, she's not a real prophet, right? So she's getting charged as if she's a prophet. So you had a message and you withheld it. So what does that do, HBBs and divine beings? Is she interacting? Is she fucking up people's timeline? Didn't I tell y'all it was a one terror read, a couple of them that be holding messages and they be saying, oh, well, and they just upload them. I said if that's the case, God Almighty will drop the message in December. God Almighty wouldn't give you the message in January. When God Almighty give you messages, you're supposed to put them out. Because that's the reason why God Almighty give them to you. It's because the person was praying or they need it or something. Either way. So you mean to tell me you interfere. This is all the charges. Fucking up people's timeline. Because how the fuck can you withhold a message because you're tired? You're a prophet. God Almighty give you strength. You're a vessel allegedly that God Almighty uses. That means when God Almighty don't be tired. When you're being used by God Almighty, you got all the abilities. I bet you she start trying to act like she ain't tired no more. When she tired, oh, she still got the ability. Because I see her trying to act like she tired, but still trying to push through a reading. Fraud. And that's what I'm telling you. I'm going to call out everything they do. She a fraud. Try to act like she feed the animal. She might even have a dead animal in front of her, in front of her house, her apartment, whatever. I'm for certain her cat is gonna die because that demonic entity is gonna go inside her cat, try to take her out. I'm telling you, she gonna start going from they fucking with her live to people stalking her or following. I'm telling you, this is a mental asylum. She done fucked up. Pay attention to her. And for those of you who think I'm a hater, y'all thought I was a hater with the rest of my prophecies. It's power in my tongue. Whatever the fuck I say happen. Once it roll off my tongue, that means it's guaranteed to happen. This is why I tell y'all stay the fuck away from me. And I'm for certain. Watch God Almighty work out. Work out. Watch. I'm for certain. So can't nobody lie or do nothing. I didn't force her to say that. She got on her own channels. That's why I told every witch and warlock the same shit that you thinking that's gonna put you in high regards or make you seem like you other divine is gonna be the same thing that God Almighty used to whoop your ass with, to embarrass you, to show that you a fraud. So you stole, like that girl, she stole a Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz fucking thumbnail. Same shit that she stole is the same shit shows she a fraud. That's what I mean, just to give you an example. She said she was a prophet. How you a prophet but you work for man? How you a prophet but you don't never got time to put out God Almighty messages? God Almighty will never hand select you to be a prophet because it ain't no proof in your divinity that you can put out messages consecutively, consistently. Then she said she was a psychic medium, but all her readings are zodiacs. She don't got not one psychic medium reading. Why didn't she, if she was supposed to be in a psychic medium before I got here, why wasn't she reading for Dolphin them? Why wasn't she reading for all the people that had died, Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston? Because when God Almighty hand select you to be a psychic medium and you on a platform, you would be working with the celebrities. You wouldn't be working with it. And how do I know? Because that's why I'm here. Didn't I say y'all bitches ain't doing y'all job? I got all these gifts. Psychic medium. You talk to dead folk. The celebrities that died. Everybody know them. People don't know the neighbor from down the street. Only you and the people that's in your facility. But everybody know Dolph. Is Dolph alive or is Dolph dead? He dead. So that's what I mean with the celebrities. So why ain't none of her readers, she said she was a psychic medium. Y'all, this is how you know that y'all be following the devil. A bitch will tell you that they something, but you don't see none of their readings dedicated or none of that. So how can you say, I'm telling you, spiritually? That's why God Almighty say to make sure that you embody the energy. I'm not going to tell you I'm a psychic medium and all my readings are zodiac readings. Sun, moon, rising readings. How you a prophet and you using sun, moon, rising? Do you not even, and then she be quick to tell y'all what her sun, moon, rising is, her birth chart. How you a prophet? Y'all know ascended masters, prophets, we have spiritual knowledge. Like we know the divine laws. How do you know? How are you calling yourself a prophet and you still say, you still pray to Jesus? Moses never interacted or prayed or said anything to Jesus. That's divine facts. No prophet interacted with Jesus. So how are you a prophet but you got Jesus or God? A prophet has a deeper knowing to know that we call on God Almighty. So why is it that you still telling your collective, you be saying good morning, you still use trying, you still use hope? Like nothing that you say, none of your wording, none of your vocabulary, nothing that you do signifies that you're high vibe. Nothing. It shows that you're low vibe as fuck. Very low vibe. If you a psychic medium, please tell us the clothing that Dolph is wearing. Please tell us. One thing about it is you can't sit up on your channel and say, well, she gonna lie anyway. No, I'm not. I'm not like y'all. I don't play with God Almighty. Let's say Dolph show up in orange and she said orange. I'm saying, okay, she got it right. I'm not embarrassed or ashamed. But I'm for certain you're not gonna get it right because you're not a psychic medium. And I'm letting you know when he come to you, he gonna fuck you up because you lying. Like the people that I help, they fuck with me. If you don't think Whitney Houston will come and scratch your goddamn eyes out, you stupid as fuck. If you don't think Michael Jackson will come and scratch your eyes out, you stupid as fuck. Y'all already know how Vaughn was physically. Y'all some stupid ass motherfuckers. And I really do feel like it's not Dolph because it's Vaughn. Vaughn, because he just, y'all listen, I don't know what, y'all, I wasn't looking at the light or anything. I'm telling you, it's Vaughn. So, Vaughn, what is you saying? Hold up, y'all. And it's about to be Leo season 2, the irony. It's Vaughn. I know he a Leo, but I'm saying. Okay, the irony. Vaughn energy, physical energy. That's what, killer, right? Murderer. I don't know. I feel like Vaughn about to show up in the physical. Oh my Lord. Vaughn about to show up in the physical. I don't know. I can't tell y'all how. That's why she be saying she don't know. They be copying me. She said she was a psychic medium, bro. Doggone y'all, it's Vaughn. You know you ain't a king, you a god. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, but he about to go to her. Mm-hmm. Some with Leos. Dolph a Leo, Vaughn a Leo, I'm a Leo. That's why I'm sitting telling you it's something to do with Leos. She in trouble. Maybe she be reading, maybe she do more readings for Leos than any other sign, but it's something. And she ain't never catch that. You in trouble. You are in big fucking trouble. Cause she got Vaughn on her head. She was better out gonna send off. But Vaughn showed up. I gotta give it to whoever the fuck show up. I don't know. Maybe she spoke on the energy or something. Did she say something about psychic mediumship with you? I don't know. No, she didn't. I don't know. But Vaughn, oh my lord, they put the killer on her ass. Y'all can't see me. Just what I'm doing. Rubbing my forehead. They put that on her ass. Um, God Almighty is really through with you, baby. I'm talking about God Almighty is through with your ass. Like, I've been dealing with a lot of demonic people, like the fake elite, all of this. Your energy is like, I don't know what you be doing behind closed doors or something. You a real witch. About to light your ass the fuck up. Like, it's like you, it's like God Almighty got an ass whooping list and you at the top. What does this say? 12. What is, hold up, y'all. 12, 12 Zoe signs. Y'all, it say, let me screen. It say Sean122 reply to your comment on 12 Zoe signs. I'm telling you, she is in trouble. She is in trouble. That's why y'all, please, y'all do not play. It's going that y'all, I'm pretty sure something happening today. She on the hit list. She's numero uno on the hit list. Like God Almighty is making sure that, baby, you do not, y'all listen. God Almighty send divine forces in certain shit. When God Almighty is handling every part of your karma, baby, you down bad. You down bad. She lied and she lied on God Almighty. She being charged as if she like when she didn't put out a message, even though she's not a real prophet, she's being charged as if it was. That's what I'm telling you. Like, look at it. It's saying, look, it's like right here. It says, fucking up people timeline, energy manipulation. She's not a real prophet. That's why I was scratching my head and I'm looking. Cause that's why I was like, what the fuck? That's why I'm telling you, I'm just by me looking at it, God Almighty threw her ass. Cause ain't no way in hell I never saw this. I've never seen this. I've never seen God Almighty give somebody their damn ancestor to go and then they can't hear them. Like, y'all, it's something that God Almighty got up the sleeve that God Almighty not showing us. And we've been sitting here trying to put two and two together. Notice I said trying, because we ain't. I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all been seeing me sit up here. I'm telling you, we ain't. It's something that only she gonna. It's everybody gonna know when God Almighty put it on her ass. I'm telling you, and this is bad. Like, the stuff that I told y'all is bad. This is bad. I'm telling you, it's bad. Y'all be thinking I'll be trying to intimidate people. It's this bad. I'm sitting here telling you, and the elite, she was list. And this, y'all listen, y'all don't know who y'all are spiritually. Please don't lie and please don't be fake. Okay? Because the fake elite wanted her out. But it was something that I don't know. Like, maybe the devil said you can only get her out by this, because they all pray to the jackal. Like, the demonic head thing look like a goat or something. Maybe she gonna do a Capricorn reading. I don't know. She might even not try to put it out now. We don't give a fuck, because anything that she try to not do that she was going to do, I'm trying to tell you, is she's being charged. Anything she do from sunrise to sunset, I'm telling you, this bird keeps going the fuck off. Like, that shit is crazy. I'm like, God Almighty not playing no games, because she on the fake elite hit list. Like, the fake elite, uh, it's like the fake. Oh shit! Hold up, y'all. These, cause are they? Cause the why? Cause I'm saying the energy on these not bad, but they fake elite. Is this who you put in position, God Almighty? I don't know, y'all. The fake elite, it's like they showing me people that's on my side. Why would they? Cause look, they got y'all. Look, they got a hand, the big hand with #1 on it, and it got my name on it, and they holding it up, and I'm calling them the fake elite. That's why I had to look at them because energy. Look, when energy don't match y'all, I look. When energy don't match, I get to asking. This nigga looking at your ass. I get to asking. Cause I'm like, why would the fake elite? I'm telling you, these are people that I don't know. Maybe God Almighty got some people that's in position that's a part of the fake elite that turn. Oh, I did say they went from bad to good, and they been fucking with her YouTube because she a fraud, especially when she go live. Cause I was like, the devil didn't say that. That's why I'm telling you, the devil for her. That's why I said. So that's why I was like, they not. I don't know. These could have been once people that was rolling with the wrong people, and now they good from watching my channel. It's something about my energy. I done shifted the energy. I done made somebody be like a hard boiled egg be soft. I made somebody from wanting to cause people harm to wanting to be a good Samaritan to go help somebody. Cause they got a red #1 thingy. It's a big hand. Burgundy's red, blood red, whatever. And it say #1 on it. I'm telling you, it's a big finger. They've been doing something to her YouTube. Like fucking with her lives. Or fucking with her videos. No, she do lives now. She stopped doing videos, but well, she might. So I'm telling you, they all copycats. I told you all of them's gonna go live. So you charging her for the live too? Yeah, some of her lives, definitely her lives. So when she tell you that she been going live, no, the reason why she been going live and going and keep going live or whatever, or doing her readings on live, is because I went live. I'm telling you, because bitches was doing videos. Some of them would rarely do lives. And now all her videos is just live. Like, go back and look at people oldest videos and shit, y'all. I'm telling you. Some with her live. She might not even be able to go live no more. Like, I don't know. It's the extent. It's up to these people. That's a part of the fake elite, but they got good energy. That's why I was like, I called them the fake elite, bro. I don't know. They about to be doing something to her YouTube. They about to take her monetization away, maybe. Now she still might be getting paid because I see a little bit of coins because on this part of the timeline, she think that she doing something. Then beep beep. I don't know. She might not be able to go live. Maybe she might go up against community standards or guidelines or something. I don't know. Or maybe she just can't. Maybe they ain't technical. Maybe she just ain't going live. I'm telling you, she about to be in trouble. It ain't no about to be. She already in trouble. Something with the live. Or maybe when she go live, y'all gonna see a dark shadow walk by and you gonna know it's only her in there. I don't know. It's a surprise is what God Almighty said. I don't know, but you in trouble. You just starting today. I bet you when darkness fall, y'all pay attention to her eyes. Take a screenshot, cause today is what, Tuesday. Bags don't form that quick. Pay attention. She gonna look like she's sick. Like she like. I don't give a fuck if she thick. She gonna get skinny. I'm telling you, but not in a cute way. Her hair gonna get thin. She gonna start getting. Is that psoriasis on the scalp? What's that? Algae. So what would that be? What's okay? Showing me Jada Pinkett. What she got? Alopecia. I said algae. Look, why am I clapping for myself? I do apologize, y'all. I be forgetting I'm on live, y'all, when I'm in the room. Yes, I don't know. Some with her hair, her scalp. I don't know. Her scalp got I can't say this word. Hinderus vigorous. It's basically a fungi. It's a fungus. Damn. See, she's stupid. She had nice hair too. She didn't use no she didn't have antennas. No cord. That's what I'm saying, telling you. She in trouble. I don't know if the girl mama white. Like her mama could be black. Her mama could be darker than me. But I don't know. They keep showing me this white lady. It's like, but she don't. The reason why I keep saying she a white lady because they keep showing me her walking with a red, with her nose bleeding in a car like a old model truck. Boom, hit her ass. Like, cause she was running from a demon. It's like a demon was inside the house chasing her. She go outside. She don't look both ways. By the time she looked towards the left, the car, the lights, boom, she hit. This is some shit for you. Mm-hmm. I know she ain't sleeping no more. This is her. If a good night's sleep yesterday, baby, which I don't think she did. She gonna lie and say she did. But you gonna be able to see the bags already or something. Like you're gonna be able to see the scariness in her eyes. The eyes is a gateway to a person's soul. Y'all don't see her with sunglasses on or nothing, so there's no reason for her. And that's what I'm saying, telling you. They give me Slick Rick vibes. She might even lose an eye. Like somebody, Kuta Kinte, she could be losing a limb. Might have to get something amputated. If it ain't her, it's a mom. Could be a daughter. I'm telling you, it's two people dying in an animal. I'm for certain because Amit got y'all energy. Amit has an animal and two fucking people. That means you dead physically. That means you dead spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially. You dead. That means Amit got your ass. So it's two people, and I'm not telling the genders on it or the energy or nothing. It's two people in the animal. Are they guaranteed to die? Guaranteed. Like I'm telling y'all, and this is karma. This ain't to do with no spiritual awakening because she been out way before I was. So that's what I'm saying, telling you. It ain't no damn spiritual awakening. It ain't no, oh, why would God Almighty put you to have tarot cards? You're doing tarot already, and then have you have a spiritual awakening through your parents dying. Like, I'm looking at everything that she gonna try to say. Like, something about her being, talking about don't sweat the technique. Bitch, you ain't got no techniques. You don't even know how you're doing what you're doing because you're not even really doing what you're doing. How can you feel, why would y'all believe me? I'm telling y'all I'm a psychic medium, but y'all don't never see me interact. Why do y'all believe I'm a psychic medium? Because you didn't see me talk to dogs, take off, all that. That's why, right? So if I'm just telling you I'm a psychic medium, why would you believe that? That means you're gullible and naive. And for those of you who believe she was a psychic medium, trust me, you're gonna have spirits in your home. A lot of y'all are in a proximity of where cemeteries are at. And it's something like an irony about a cemetery. And they showing me Rick Owens' wife. Y'all is in trouble. Y'all about to have y'all. Dolph them don't come from no cemetery. They don't. Dolph them come from out of a spiritual realm. I'm a real psychic medium. When shit come from the cemetery, I'm telling you, you've been playing some demonic shit. They about to have all these spirits surrounding their house and all of this. They not gonna have. They gonna, like, let's say somebody come to their house every fucking day. That person gonna come to their house and they gonna tell them something is weird. Something don't feel right. It's because their spirit is telling them, do not come in here. It's a demon. It's something. I'm sitting here telling you. If you got a cemetery around the corner, I don't give a fuck if it's 2 miles. I don't give a fuck. All of y'all, the way that I'm looking at on the map, all of y'all are in proximity of where a cemetery at, and y'all didn't. Y'all in trouble. Y'all not gonna get no sleep. They showing me Patrick Swayze with fucking Whoopi Goldberg. Y'all not. I'm telling y'all. Y'all gonna be hearing like somebody throwing rocks at your window, and when you get up, ain't nobody there. Some of y'all gonna doorbell gonna ring or knock on the door. That's Amit, the death angel. I'm telling y'all, if y'all been playing, I'm telling y'all, the tarot community, y'all pay attention. They are. Oh my lord, what energy is that? Y'all, it's gonna be in divine timing. It's gonna be a high vibrational thingy, right? That nobody know nothing about. I'm gonna be the only person that know to give you the information. This is really gonna scare the fake elite because they gonna be like nobody should know about this, and then somebody gonna try to bite the dust, and that's the end of it. Cycle closed. Cause this is crazy. I wouldn't want to bite no dust. That's what I'm saying. This ain't just happened today. This happened yesterday. God Almighty said this is before today, motherfucker. What the hell is you talking about? Why you try to argue with me for? That's what I said. I said yesterday. God Almighty said this happened before today. I mean, it's going. This started. God Almighty. When God Almighty put the energy out, I was saying it when I first said it. I said, yeah, it's starting right now. God Almighty said, no, it started the day before yesterday. Going up on the Tuesday is when it started. What you say, God Almighty? Today is Wednesday. Look at the comments. Hold up. Money Stack Sphinx is Wednesday. You Rico? That's like a Rico charge. Wild Out. It's Wild Out Wednesday. Going up on a Tuesday. It was going up on a Tuesday, and today is Wednesday. He just said it, and God Almighty did. It's Wild Out Wednesday. I'm telling y'all, pay attention to these motherfuckers. Pay the fuck attention. Y'all gonna see that when I say somebody fake, you gonna believe me. Pay attention to the tarot readers. Watch how all of them be throwing up blood or just throwing up nose bleeds, ear bleeding. Cause I did say ear bleeding, but I was like, but ear ache, teeth ache, canals, all this stuff, limbs missing, cancer. Back, I'm telling you, all the stuff that remember doctors was using, the fake elite was trying to get gods and goddesses sick to kill people off. All this is about to be placed upon them. Y'all heard me say that brain dead was fake, right? Watch one of them be brain dead. It's a lot of fake witches and warlocks. I'm telling you. This how y'all know. Motherfuckers is about to go for surgery or something to be under anesthesia and never come the fuck back up. It's like as soon as they put them under anesthesia, it's like somebody gonna try to grab or their eyes gonna open. And that's gonna freak the doctors out because they've been doing anesthesia all their life, probably 40, 30 years, they never seen that. That's because before that person went in their goddamn anesthesia, Emmett came. So that's the reflex of them grabbing their arm or the eyes getting big. So then when they bring the anesthesia, when they take that person off anesthesia, they'll never come back. And the person, the nurse or whoever was doing the anesthesia, they're gonna spiritually know, like, I don't know how God Almighty gonna show them, but they're gonna know, like, when I gave that person the anesthesia and they grabbed my arm or their eyes got big, that was them seeing the Reaper come and get their ass. Cause somebody, whoever this is, they gonna say the Reaper came and took them. At first, the people gonna think that something is off, but then they gonna start, the common sense gonna click in. They gonna be like, this motherfucker not spiritual. They stay away the fuck away from this. So let me listen to them. I'm telling you, watch. I done seen all this. Y'all gonna have they got surgeries coming up, and they say they don't got surgery. It's their kids. So I'm telling you, somebody's not coming back from anesthesia. And I'm willing to bet you any amount of money. When it comes to the tarot community, y'all pay attention. God Almighty about to dismantle every last one of them because they all frauds. And there's nothing they can say or do. Would anybody like to get a donation reading before I get off of here? That's crazy. He said the first person on here was Stacks, and he said, hey, did you get that love donation? And I'm saying this right here. That's what I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, y'all about to be, let's say I've been doing tarot for 5 years, and you've been getting donations for 5 years straight. God Almighty said y'all got to fork over that money. Y'all physically ain't got it. So what that mean? Yeah, y'all dying. It's vengeance energy. Y'all in trouble. Y'all, listen, until you tell the truth or give back, I'm telling you, y'all still in trouble. It's not gonna whoop you. I mean, it's not gonna stop whooping your ass. But I'm telling you, y'all in trouble. They are in motherfucking trouble. God Almighty said any type of any reading, any. Let's say they did 1,000 readings, right? And the 1,000 readings total $1 million. They got to get that $1 million back. They ain't got it. None of them do. Especially the one who got their car and lied and didn't give it to the person. That's what I'm saying, telling you. Y'all pay attention to these frauds. They don't got these coins. They've been doing tarot for the longer they've been doing. For the people who've been doing, it's a white bitch that's been doing readings for free. She just get on YouTube. She'll copycat energy too, because I see my energy over there. She done copy me about something. Bye-bye. She the only one that don't got that charge. Because the other people, they charge secretive. Like that they done charged before. This lady, Baba, she the only tarot reader. She's the only one that ain't ever charged ever. Everybody else done got some money. She the only one that don't got this tag. Everybody else, any God Almighty said, they think I'm lying. Let me get the Kipper because they got money. Look, now they saying the phone overheating. Told you. I'm telling you. God, look, y'all look at my Kipper book. Ain't never been open. Never. Look at this. Look how stiff these pages are. I'm gonna hurry up because they saying my phone over here. Look at this. Family. Man, your bloodline is getting removed and you gotta get the money back. When it comes to them taking people, we got expectations and it's in reverse. We got thief. Y'all gonna have to pay back. Nobody gave you permission to steal. You thought that you were gonna be safe or something. What did they think? Message. We got privileged lady. They thought they could steal from a privileged lady. They thought they could steal from a privileged lady. Message. And then we're going to end it right there because my phone is overheating. Thief. They thought they was gonna steal from her. They thought they was gonna. What did you? Thief. They thought they was gonna steal from her. They thought they was gonna. What did you expect when you try to steal from a privileged lady? They can expect death. Telling you, y'all. Platform they own. The community gonna be big. So pay attention to that, people. It don't matter who you are. Now they try to pull off, and I'll be right back on it. Make sure y'all pay attention to their collective because their collective is gonna be sick too. Anybody that's been watching Taro might have said, I'm not saving a soul. Me, you've been watching Taro, your ass is fucked. HVBs and Divine. If you would like to book a reading, please email me at spinxtaro@yahoo.com. If you would like to send a donation, you can. My therapy sessions is always open. Now it's overheating. If you would like to place a personal reading, just email at spinxtaro@yahoo.com or DM me on Instagram. Now it just popped up. With that being said, HVBs, the real gods and goddesses, may the Most High be with you, and surrounding you. Shalom.